Okay, stay with me here. The Board of Representatives in the city of Stamford, Connecticut, has voted to ban the use of gender pronouns from its governing rule book. That means people can't be referred to as he or she in the city's written rules. Don't they have bigger problems in Connecticut? One of those who proposed the change is my guest, Raven Matherne, the state's first openly transgender elected official. Welcome, Raven. It's great to see you. How are you?
Doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, so get me up to speed on the pronouns, because in New York, you have to use, you can't use he or her or she or him at all. I guess you have to use Z or her, Z-E or H-I-R, or you can use they or their, and you can be fined if you don't use the right pronoun in New York. You actually can be fined. No. So you're not quite there. So no, explain your situation.
To be honest, I'm not too up to date on New York State's laws, as my stuff happens in Connecticut. But really, my goals here, the issues that we were trying to tackle were simply the rules of the board. We're not looking to ban terminology. Quite the opposite. I think I lead the charge in allowing people to use their pronouns. I don't want to tell someone, no, you can't be a he, and no, you can't be she. Quite the opposite. Use what makes you happy. Use what makes you feel right.
But you require that people refer to you as, now when did you transition? When was that exactly?
So I don't like to use the word require. I prefer, if someone else is going to use gendered nouns for me that I don't like, I'm not going to sit there and take offense to it. I mean, there are bigger issues at hand than this. This issue, what we were doing is, and I hesitate to even say we, because when I got on the board, when I was elected, the first issues I wanted to tackle were, and we are tackling, are issues of development not being handled responsibly in our city and things of that nature.
Yeah, crime,
these are the issues
taxes.
These are what are actually important.
Yeah, you know what, Raven, you know what I was thinking? I grew up in Connecticut in Glastonbury, not too far, but
nice,
you know,
beautiful area.
A little bit of a drive from you. But Connecticut has so many problems.
Yes.
Losing jobs, losing businesses, taxes. Like, I don't care if you're transgender, gay, straight, whatever you are, but if you're in politics in Connecticut, save Connecticut. Because Connecticut is going down the tubes, in my view. So when I read articles about pronoun changes for the rule book and Stamford, I like, my God,
I keep seeing my face in the
newspaper
newspaper and laughing. I think it's a little ridiculous, to be quite honest. When I was elected, there were other members of the board. We were in the middle of reviewing all of our rules. There was, I want to say something like 30 rule changes we were doing. I could be wrong about that, but there were quite a large number of them. And this was one proposed by a couple other people on the board, both Democrats and Republicans, that were looking at it and saying, oh, I guess this doesn't really fit, considering who was just elected. What can we do to make the rules more appropriate? So
you weren't even the real driving force behind this. There was some, like,
correct. I was not
feel good, do good other members of the board. That's wild, given all the things that Stamford and all the other towns and cities in Connecticut face. That's actually incredible.
What I think is funny is it keeps being said, oh, that we're focusing on it. And meanwhile, when we were at the board of, at the January 2nd meeting of the Board of Reps, the meeting lasted, I want to say, maybe an hour 45 or something along those lines. And there were a lot of heated discussions. There are a lot of controversial topics that we're trying to tackle right now. And this was a tiny little asterisk next to it saying, oh, we got a transgender elected official, and now the rules match as well.
Okay, well, we appreciate you joining us. We wish you the best of luck.
Of course, thank you so much.
All right, absolutely.